Okay, so welcome to the show. This is The Force Always, and this is the review for The Flash by me, David Zamet Diz, an Australian, a Star Wars fan. So this is actually been released here in Australia on a Tuesday night unofficially, which is the most unique ever release that I can think of, because you never get a release that early in the week. It's usually minimum or maximum, whatever you want to look at it as, is a Wednesday night for the Thursday opening day. But this one was on a Tuesday night. And I've just come out of the cinema or the theatre or the movies, whatever you like to say. So let's get straight into the review. Straight off the bat, 7.5 out of 10 is what I've given it. It was the best way to describe it without being too spoiler. There is a little bit of spoilers here, just a little bit. I won't. I'll just sort of touch on some things. The actual visuals had a real animated, yet it is live action, an animated look to its color palette and to the costume choice and the setting and the overall canvas of the film that you see. It had I had a feeling I was watching a cartoon, but as a film, like a feature film, which is actually a good thing. It sort of gives it, a real comic book sort of feel. It doesn't go back to the, late 80s, early 90s sort of Batman style, but it's just got a very modern edged animated sort of feel to its canvas. And I thought that was really good. I thought Ezra Miller it's really hard to remove yourself from knowing what this person has got himself into, and it's yet to be determined, to be honest, whether he'll do a second one because of the things he's done illegally, countless things. It's a little bit jarring, but you do sort of get into, you start getting into the film and you sort of lose track of that, but it is there, especially in the beginning. You sort of also think, how is this person this bad, with his illegal acts he's done? But, so what's done is done. The acting on his behalf was fantastic, though. I thought it was like, it just was very animated. The comedy was pushing hard to really, really work. It sort of does work, and it sort of like, it still pushes hard. The emotional thread to this film, without giving that away, had sort of a life sort of education sort of feel to it, which was really good. I thought it was, gives the film a bit of merit to not be, treating itself a bit serious at times. The actual cameos in this is extraordinary. It's amazing what can be done nowadays on film, is the best way to put it. It's just amazing. I actually felt this had an Iron Man, like this is the beginning of the DC era. I had this sort of feeling to it. Yes, it was a red suit similar to like an Iron Man, but it just had that sort of feeling. But this is not going to be the start of the new era of DC. This is coming towards the end. It also had a real, without sounding unusual in what I'm about to say, it had a real gay and lesbian sort of feel to it as well. There's no sexual acts here in that sort of form or any type of form, but it was good. That was a fresh take in a film. I liked it. It doesn't it doesn't sort of sort of take a stand for any sexuality. It just you get this sort of feel. It's I thought the Supergirl, that we know there's a Supergirl in this, if you have not seen the trailers, I thought she was great. I thought Michael Keating was great. And it ends fittingly. It's just a nice balanced story. Good from start to finish. 7.5 out of 10. I don't know if it's there's a lot of hype about this being like the greatest comic book film ever, and I don't think it's that. I dare say it would be pushing top 10. I still think Dark Knight, in my opinion, is the best comic book film, well, a film that's from a comic book feel ever. It just, the drama, the reality is just, second to none. If there's anything about this film that was a bit annoying, I don't know if it was trying to be annoyingly funny, but it really did look a bit stupid, which was the running style. Now, I know it's going to be really hard to comprehend a Flash or the Flash in a running style on film. Like, it's for the naked eye, for the viewer to really understand what's going on, you've got to sort of do things in an unusual way. It tried its best. I just think it was a little bit off-putting. But I think if there's anything you get out of this film in a massive way, it's definitely a fun film. It's definitely a film that you'd like to see maybe maximum twice, because it's a fun type of popcorn, sort of entertainment fest. Not just because of special effects or because of heroes or big monsters. It just had a real fun feel to its story, and it's how it sort of traveled from the start to the end of the film. It was good. So without, I've really not touched on many spoilers here, which is sort of good, but and there's also, just wait to the very end, there is a after credit scene, which is probably the most fitting for the small future left of DC as management stands at the moment, because it's going to be changing its course from the new management at DC. See how that sort of begins off, which is apparently going to be a Superman film first. I think it's going to be called Superman Legacy, maybe. I think that's the first film, but that's years away yet. I thought the soundtrack, just one more thing, that soundtrack was, the extra score was very good. It had a very, that John Williams sort of vibe about it. It just had a lot of, it just was really worked. You could tell there was a lot in there. I wouldn't say it's, like Star Wars in its, simplistic sort of themes and that you can remember but hum to yourself. It just had a really good depth to it. It had really good feeling. It had sort of just nice touches in its top end and bottom end sort of sounds. And that's it. So look, that's The Flash by me. Here on The Force Always. Star Wars wise, look, if you're going to, just a bit of news, there is a great trailer I thought online. It's called Star Wars Outlaws. It's a game coming out in 2024. Check that trailer out. It's magnificent. Just its look and its a little storyline to the actual trailer there. The game is going to be phenomenal. It just looks amazing. So that's the only real piece of news. Anyway, until next time, my friends, keep rocking.